Welcome to the breakpoint, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Coach C is back in the building. So I'm saying welcome to everybody that's new, and for everyone that is returning, I'm saying welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So we have a new Super Bowl champion. Go figure, which is good. I mean, and in the bowling world, new champions always crowned with the PBA season upcoming here shortly. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh man, am I excited for the bowling season to be taking place. So, we've had a couple ball reviews that I've dropped over the last couple of days, which is the drum roll, please. We've had the Transformer, which will it or will it not transform your game to make you a better bowler? And then we had the 900 global. Um, what was that? It's the 900 global Vengeance. Now, Vengeance is a great name for it. The ball is actually really, really good. What's going on? Bowling with. What's going on with you, man? How you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you. Great to see you back. So between the two, I think that they're actually both really good in their own right. Would I pick one over the other? I'm not so sure. Been busy, hey man. Hey, I'm with you. Life is always a little different. What's going on, Too Tall? That's my guy in the building, Too Tall. So this is what I will say, right? If you're a bowling fan, there is a ton of bowling balls that have been dropped here recently. So my question to you guys is, how do you decide what you're going to use? What do you decide what you're going to get? Do you purchase them predicated on how do you decide to purchase them? That's the great question. That is the great equalizer. How do you decide to purchase them? What do you do to make your choices? All right. You see that, Too Tall? There you go. So this is the thing, right? So when it comes down to things, Billy, I'm in a building. What's going on with you? Glad to see everybody showing up on a Monday evening, early evening, I should say. So how do you guys make that choice? How do you make that distinction, right? Because here's the reality: bowling balls are not cheap. So if you're gonna purchase a bowling ball, right? How do you decide? With let's keep it a buck here. We got a lot of bowling balls that are coming out, right? Hey, Graham, thank you. Graham in the building. My brother Graham in the building. Um, so again, how do you make that distinction? How do you determine whether or not a ball is good for you? How do you predetermine whether or not you're going to match up with a bowling ball, right? See, because these are very, very, very good questions. You know what I'm saying? These are very good questions. And these are questions that if we get answers for, maybe we'd be able to help people. So this is pretty cool. So I can pin a message. See, look at this. Pin this message for 1 minute. Confirm. Boop. So how do you do it? Would anybody like to show give us an example of their process to buying a bowling ball? Because anybody like to give us a process of what it is that they go through when they're trying to buy a bowling ball? Because for me, it's a process is a little easier. For me, it's a really simple process. And guys, make sure you're hitting the like button, make sure you're subscribing. Um, the reason why it's easier for me is because I buy basically almost all of them. Hey Graham, did I delete one of your messages or did I pin your message? No, I meant to do that. That's what I meant to do. I'm sorry. Let me. There we go. That's it. Okay. Sorry about that. I just made you a moderator. Well, I like to look at numbers really. So Bollingwood said he likes to look at numbers. Um, let's pin that up there. He said he really likes to look at numbers. Okay. Anybody else? Too Tall said, let's pin Too Tall up here. See, I'm doing some different stuff. Okay. So Too Tall said, and Graham, I didn't mean to remove your message or anything, dude. I meant to pin you up there and it just didn't work out the way I'm looking. I tried to do it. He said it. I'm looking at reviews, ideally compare the new balls to ones I already have, looking at pictures, specs, factors, recommendations. Okay. All of those are very, very good things. All of them are. Now, how many of you, your first decision that you do, how many of you guys how many of you guys visual first? How many of you guys go by visual first? Anybody? Does anybody go by visual first? I'm just curious because this is an important thing. This is an important detail. Okay, so Bowling with said not him. He doesn't go by visual. So, and what said? Does anybody have a color preference? Does anybody decide that way? Whether it's blue, black, green, anybody? Okay, so if visual aid isn't a thing for you, okay, which is not a bad thing. If visual aid isn't, can you guys hear me good enough? Hello, mic check. Can you guys hear me well enough? Make sure you can hear me good enough. Okay, good. So here's the reality, right? If visual aid doesn't come into play, so then it becomes down to numbers, reviews, all those things, right? Okay. So here's a question I have for you, the secondary question. What do you do if you get a ball and it doesn't match up with you? What is your recourse? What do you do then? What do you decide to do? What do you do then? Okay. So Too Tall said, not gonna lie, it's hard for me to buy a ball that I don't like the look of. I would probably already have the Max Trail Pearl if I didn't. Chat was no, no, absolutely not. So, okay, so we have one person that agrees that your visual is big for him, and that's Too Tall. That's very important, and thank you, Too Tall, for sharing that with us because that's a big deal. Here's why. For me, visual is 9 out of 10, and that's for me. Um, and that's actually a big thing. Thank you, Too Tall, for sharing that. Jello said change the cover. Okay, so Yellow, listen, here's a question for you. What's up, Steve in the house? What do you do when you throw a ball And even with the cover change, it's not good enough. What if you have a ball that doesn't match up even with a cover change? If I can't throw the ball, it's gone. Dang, Steve, that's pretty brutal. Steve said, if I can't throw it, it's gonna go. Okay. Change the surface. Quiet guy in the building. What's up, quiet guy? Oh, wait, where's Steve at? Let me do this. Add as a moderator. Bang. All right. So, okay, so plug and re-drill. Okay. Now, Diallo, that's interesting. Plug and re-drill. That's really interesting. And then Too Tall said, I don't match up. Try something different surfaces. If that doesn't work, plug and re-drill. If that doesn't work, throw it in the hell. Okay, so here's a question. This is a fair question, and this is a question for everybody in the chat. Has anybody in the chat in recent time, in the last year or two, found a bowling ball that does not match up with them? Now, Steve answered that quick already. Steve said the Rafter Rain, prime example, has less than 10 games, just didn't work, sold it. All right, Bowlingwood said the same thing. You say, yep, it's happened to him. Now, here's a question, and I'm just asking for a friend. Swag unreal. Bowling Yellow. You my dog. You my new best friend. Look, let's pin that up there. Bam. Let's pin that up there. Bam. Yeah, there you go. Determine if it is house or condition. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so so let's ask this. Two things. Two things. We gonna do some serious talking tonight. We may not be on here all night, but we gonna do some serious talking while we here because guess what? I got more videos to drop. So I'm trying to drop some more gems for y'all. But check this out. I'm asking for a friend. In case y'all was wondering, I'm asking for a friend. First question. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? First question. Do you think with all the new technology changing in the bowling balls, you'll be more prone to matchup or less prone to matchup? That's a great question, isn't it? Now, here's a better question. The second part of this question. So, since bowling balls are getting better, facts, technology is increasing, they're getting better, they're getting stronger. So, the question I have for you is this: since technology is getting better, is it the technology is getting too good for the shots that you're currently on house shot? Could that be a reason why they don't match up with you as well as they possibly could? Because now remember, if you would take a ball from 2 years ago and play it on your house shot, will it be as would it be better for you than the new stronger balls that they seem to be making and dropping every day now? That's the question I got for you guys. What do you think? Anybody got any answers? Graham said, "Oh, lots," and I just give them away because I'm trying to grow the sport. I like that, Graham. I find people who really interested and even bowling league and give them away. I like that, Graham. That's Diesel. That's really good. All right, and then it says, let's see here. Billy M says, I usually go off your reviews of Tamer Bowling Ball Arsenal system. I think in terms of roles, strong, define, strong control mid. Now that's a really good idea, Billy M. That's it. Instead of chasing releases, helps me keep my bag simple. Now that's a really good idea. Everybody, you should learn from Billy M because that's Graham. That's the guy that's going somewhere right there. I'm not really feeling my weaker equipment like the Arctic Vibe and the Blackout. Now that I've been increasing my ball speed, I could try more surface, but my bigger ASIMs just seem to carry better now. Okay, that's fair. And Diallo said it depends on what shapes you're looking for. And Steve said a ball released 2 years ago is 4 years technology. Okay, Steve. Now that's a great point, though. Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is what I was getting to. That is a great assessment. So that's 4 year ago technology. Now, the question is, mind you, me, Steve, is that ball though that was released 2 years ago at 4 year ago technology? Is that ball more equipped to deal with the house shots that you're currently on? So here's why I'm asking. If your rev rate is anything over 350, everybody knows you're chasing oil. And 9 out of 10, you're chasing oil before practice is even over. Now, if you're one of those people, put a one in the chat. If you're chasing oil almost immediately because your lane gives you 10 or 15 minutes of practice time. So if you're already in transition, put a one in the chat before you throw your first ball. Revs on the left, Revs in the building. What up, Revs? Let's talk about how I keep getting robbed in my 60 frame game. Bro, hey, Revs, I hate to tell you this. You ain't getting robbed. You just losing. There's no way we can do this. There's no way we can sugarcoat it, Revs. You ain't getting robbed. You're getting beat. There's a difference. You're not getting robbed. You're simply getting beaten. Bold Diallo. My house shot is very high friction. In the practice, I'm moving left. This is what I'm talking about. 7 pin killed me last week. Well, you know what that means, don't you, Rev? Stop leaving the 7 pin. Now, check this out, right? This is facts over feelings moment, guys. We ain't sugarcoating nothing here. Make sure you hit the like button, but we ain't sugarcoating nothing here because it's about the truth. We want to improve. That's how we do it. Okay. So here's the reality: high friction house. Do you think you'd be better off throwing a ball from 2 years ago on your high friction lanes, or would you be better off throwing a 900 Global Vengeance? I'm just asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend. I love Poly Belt. Powder Puff Girl on it. Hey, man, the belt is hot. Coming in hot. I mean, look, the belt is for. I mean, we need to get some girls playing, right? So, I mean. So we got a diversity belt. Don't worry, Steve. If you win again, I'll make your belt pink. Man, there ain't no ones in the chat. That's dirty. Ain't no ones in the chat. We got to get some ones in the chat, fellas. All right, so let's move on. Technology. Technology growth of bowling balls. Is it good or bad? You can always polish the ball and scratch the surface to get more length. Yeah, bowling. You're right. You can. You really can. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Bowling balls right now. So this is a testing. This is something I've been testing, where I'm taking solids, pearls, and hybrids, and I'm taking them all the way up to 5,000, and I'm putting compound and polish on them, and then I'm throwing a ball from 2 years ago, and the ball from 2 years ago is still better. That's what I'm seeing. Now, am I going to stop throwing the high quality balls? No, because I like throwing them. One, big time. But you always know this. Yeah, Graham, I do know it. But here's the thing, though. It's not about what we know, Graham, right? It's about what we share with other people. We say we want to grow this sport. Well, if we really truly want to grow the sport, then we have to start exercising these demons. The more education people have, the better they become, right, Graham? And the better they become, the more they want to do it. The more they want to do it, the more exciting they are, the more they tell their boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, hey, let's go bowling. I love this stuff. That's how you grow the sport. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. Knowledge is power, not just in this, but in everything. Everything that we do, knowledge is power. My Tuesday league night with 20 minutes of practice definitely got me moving left. Yeah, I bet it do got you moving left with 20 minutes of practice. Holy smokes. That's a lot of practice. My rep rate is 415. I can tell by the 415, I can tell by the fifth and sixth frame that I'm chasing. Yeah, I bet you can. Steve, I bet you can. And that's this is the part that I'm referencing, right? Because here's the reality. I can tell myself, I don't know, third frame, I'm like, okay, I'm looking at transition. Facts. But that's why I also done something a little different. I don't know if any of you guys watched it live last week. Graham, you're gonna get a kick out of this. Last week in league, I know I got sidetracked a little bit. I'll battle back. Last week in league, I decided that I was gonna move way right, which I did. I put my feet on 12, and I decided to throw straight up 5. I moved back on the approach, and my average ball speed was like 17.9. So between 17.9 and 18.5. And I threw it straight up the dry and let it roll right back to the pocket. And for games 1 and 2, I rocked it. 248, 224, 224 should have been higher. And then you know what happened? Game 3, I got tired. And because I got tired, the ball speed went from 17.9, 18.5 down to 16.5. And believe it or not, that's a bad thing. So the reality is I got to lock in better, or I got to ball down for game 3 to get me a little more length. And I know what y'all going to say, move in. Well, I don't want to move in. I want to throw it straight up the burn. That's what I want to do, throw it straight up the burn. On Woodland Lanes, Bowling Wednesdays, it's transition after 3 shots. Yeah, on Woodland Lanes, Joshua. Welcome back, Joshua. Hey, on Wooden Lanes, you probably transition after, yeah, definitely after the 3rd shot. That's got to be so much fun though. Too tall. They give me 20 minutes warm up for practice before you start. Man, all of my leagues it's 10 minutes. See, our league, this is the first league I've ever done that's 15 minutes, but 20 minutes is way too long. 10 minutes is perfect. Bon Diallo said I bowled the 8-game sweeper yesterday. By the 7th game, I was moving. He said I was moving, moving back with a weaker ball. Lanes were torched. Yeah, but normally by game 7, they're pretty gone. Nice, coach. Yeah, ball down game 3 would have gave you a better look. Would have gave you the look. Yeah, Graham, I'm thinking that. The problem is I don't know what the ball down to, because remember my game is 15 mile an hour tops. You know what I'm saying? But not anymore. I don't even care, dude. If you guys watch the ball reviews, you'll see my ball speed, my foot speed, everything is faster. So I'm not going back to slow stuff. I'm not, nope, no need. Yep, team got the win. So yep, we got Paul as the champion again. I mean, he get 5. I'm gonna have to do something special for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do something real special for him. I'm gonna have to call him the bad bowling true champion, not the OG champion, the true champion. Oh, the true champion better than the OG champion. OG just first. Everybody can be first. Look, that's gonna put ruffles on Steve. Oh, after I get off this live, I'm gonna hit up. You know, we'll see. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. So, hey Revs, it's okay to lose, dog. It is. It's okay to lose. Just don't make a habit of it. I mean, Steve's probably more emotional damage than Rebs is, though. This season, I've been trying to play straighter, but some nights that doesn't work. Seem to be a disadvantage. I'm more on. Listen. I don't know about y'all, but okay. So let's turn this. Let's flip this. Let's flip this. How many of you guys? How many of all of you, Graham, you included? How many of you guys know a house shot killer? Now, I don't mean the words as in hurting someone, but you know what I mean. How many of you know a guy who's a house shot champion? I mean, he's just a bad man. Hey, Rebs, you know what a second place is? A first place loser. Nobody remembers them. Just so you know, in case you was wondering, nobody remembers that person. Okay, I'm just saying for a friend. I may be winning, but my game is getting better. That's the whole goal. You don't got to be winning, Rebs. You don't have to be winning. Your game is improving. That's what we're looking for. The game to be improving. Example, 2 weeks ago, I was bowling with seven bowlers playing up 10. One inside third arrow. I throw plastic up the middle. And me bowling a perfect game, 24 points, getting left under traffic. Oh, I know plenty. I have a 240 on the house. Stu just shot 889 and set the house record. Dang, go ahead, Stu, with your bad self. It doesn't matter that gibberish. Oh, Steve, stop playing. I'm the styling, profiling jet. Get out of here, Steve. You and your Ric Flair. You ain't think I know that was Ric Flair, but I do. All right, so listen. How many of you guys know a house shot champion? What are the one thing that these house shot champions have in common? There's one thing. Y'all ain't noticed? They're straight. And most of them hook very little. They're under control. So here's what I'm saying to y'all. I decided I've watched Doug Bowl enough, so I decided, hey, emulate. I'm gonna make my own variation of that shot. The difference is I'm a little younger, so I'm gonna throw it a little harder. But the moral of the story is that's what I'm trying to do. You guys see what I'm saying? So I decided that I was gonna master that. Why? Because it's just another tool. And Graham, you'll know this because you bowl a lot of sports shots, right? Rebs, you can bowl sports shot. You can. Um, Graham, you can appreciate this. Throwing up the gutter at 17, 18 mile an hour, there's a lot of PBA shots that you can make that work with, especially in the shorter patterns that you can score really, really well with. So the reality is it's another tool for my tool bag. So that's why I decided to learn this. Now, is it for everyone? No, but if you want to be a house shot champion, right? This is something that you may want in your bag. Being straighter is always greater. Now, do I recommend throwing it up the dry? No, if you can't get enough control or speed to do it. Now, but being straighter is absolutely not a thing. On Thursday nights, plenty of house hacks that play up 10 and kill it. Right. Absolutely. There's a lot of sport shots that you have to play the gutter and not be scared. No, Graham, that's a fact. That is a fact. Um, and here's the reality of it, right? Being versatile is absolutely a good thing. It's something that is beneficial to your game as well as my game. These are things that we need to learn, right? So for me, is a no brainer. Moving right, moving back. And here's the thing, moving up and back on the approach is all it takes. A lot of people think that you got to actually move your body faster or be more forceful with it, but you don't have to be. I mean, it's a simple move back. So I bowl right before the second dots. I just move back to put my heels on the first dot and just do my normal approach. Now, am I naturally moving faster? Yes. Am I doing anything to overswing the ball? The answer is no. And that's the reality. That's the reality. Make a long story short. And it's and again, it's a good thing to be able to be versatile enough to be able to move way up, way back, or way up on the approach. And as long as you don't do anything out of your norm, it doesn't mess with your timing. I mean, everything for you should stay the same. And like Graham says, you can't be scared to play the gutter because I mean, either way, your ball's coming back. So I'm going to continue to work with that shot where I'm playing up the gutter. Now, and it's funny though, because when I'm doing a ball review and stuff like that, then you'll see me move left and shape the shot. But for the most part, though, I'm going to focus on what I'm doing in the league. And who knows? Maybe we can get an honor score out of this. I mean, Lord knows I've had a lot of really high games so far doing it. So in reality, it's something that, I'm just continue to work at. Also, how many of you guys have noticed that the training rig is in almost all of my videos that I've been doing lately? How many of you guys noticed that? Anybody? Has anybody noticed that? Has anybody watched any videos that have noticed that the training rig has been in there? Too tall. I've been working with my coach on adjusting speed, moving up and back, not just left and right. Perfect. That is a great idea. That is a really, really good idea. Because it makes you versatile. And the fact is you'll be able to use it. Roland Yellow said, I go back and watch you. So here's the question though. Has anybody noticed that this guy's been using a rig a lot in the videos? Just a question, general answer. There's no right or wrong, but here it is. The reality is, I'm asking you guys for a reason. Here's the reason. What happens when I hit the flag? Now, the question you should be asking is, Coach, are you staring at the flag as a mark? The answer to that is no. But what it does is it gives me a visual aid to let me know if I'm hitting my mark or not. But if I hit the flag in the videos, what happens? Anybody? Anybody? So using a using a visual aid to help you with your accuracy and things like that is very important. I mean, it's very, very important. And I think that it's very beneficial to everyone's game to be able to do that. The problem I run into on at least a house shot is I rarely bowl on a house. is dialing down the rev rate. Your ball reacts so quickly to the dry when you catch it at the bottom on a house shot. So, so Graham, the beautiful part for me is when I move right and I back up and I'm throwing it faster. I don't have to catch it at the. I catch it at the bottom, but because the speed is so high, it doesn't react the same way. And I'm throwing it from I'm throwing it from start to finish in the dry. And because the ball speed is so high, it slow walks to the pocket. And you know the funniest thing is, guys, you know the ball that I've had the most success with, that other tank that I drilled up. Oh my goodness, that thing is fire on a house shot. But again, I'm throwing it just up the dry boards, so it's never seeing any oil. And I mean, it thing's a banger, dude. I'm thinking about throwing it in league. I know people might get angry. He's throwing a tank. Well, I don't care. Y'all like it, I don't care. But here's the funny part. Would I be messing up the lanes? No, because I'm throwing it in the dry anyway. Facts. Now, the question would be is the question I have that I'm gonna take it into practice tomorrow. The question that I have to that I have in my mind is because it's urethane or urethane like would, and I'm throwing it 17.5, 18.5 up to dry boards, will I be more prone to leave corner pins, 10 pins? Only way we'll know is to throw it and find out, and then I'll take a couple other balls, and then I need to figure out a burn ball. Now, the reason why I asked is, have you guys noticed? I did strike when hitting with it. I did. However, when I was bowling with it, the lanes were they were medium lanes. They weren't they weren't fresh and they weren't cooked. They were just in the medium. So it was a little carry down too. So the reality, quick guy, is how will it be on the fresh and then how would it be when it burns all the way up? Not that there's a lot of oil outside of five, but there are traces of some. Um, but I need to go in and practice anyway. And I'll put the flag up there. I'll throw the shots, um, and throw them straight up five and see what they do. Here's the reality. Reality is I'm asking you guys if you notice me using the flag, what happens? And the reality is when I hit what I'm looking at, I'm getting 10 in the pit most of the time. So for those of you that are looking to improve your game, the rig works. I mean, and here's the funny part. It helps you unconditionally, even when it's not there, because you get in that habit of looking at what you're looking at and hitting it. And then that visual, and the only thing it's giving you is a visual aid, letting you know that, yep, yep, yep. And the reason why I like to throw it in videos right now for you guys is because when I'm bowling, you guys are getting the opportunity to see. I don't have to tell you what I'm looking at if you can see me hit the flag. Does that make sense, everybody? If you can watch me hit the flag, I don't need to say, oh, I'm looking at this or I'm looking at this. It just makes the game a little simpler. It makes the ball review a little simpler. It makes the comparison a little simpler. If I'm able to hit that, you know. Now, what I'm going to do is I had to place an order for some other ones, some red flags and stuff like that. I need some bright ones because I'm going to actually start putting it down lane so that you guys could actually. I'm gonna start putting the rig down at the breakpoint. That way, you guys can see what happens when I'm hitting it at 43 feet. You know what I'm saying? How the balls transition at 43 feet. So I'm throwing it to that spot. It's hitting the breakpoint and the reaction that we're getting. So we're going to be doing that. But if you guys want to improve your game, this is an aspect in which you can do it. And here's the thing, it's there for you. It is. I can't stress that enough. And I'm not upselling the product. I'm just saying I didn't understand how important that rig is until I started using it on a daily basis. It's insane the level of accuracy you can gain in such a short amount of time. Which, if your accuracy increases, so does your average. Now, last piece we'll go over is, what do you guys think about the new Bionic? What do you guys think about the concept? And then what do you guys think about the new Brunswick balls they got coming out? Because all of them are upon us. You should have the concept review for me by Thursday. So by Thursday, you should have the concept video and you should have the Bionic video both by Thursday of this week. And then, of course, I probably compare the Bionic to something, and then I will compare the concept to the shadow tanks to all of them. Well, at least 2 out of 3. That way you guys can get an understanding of how it looks in compared to the shadow tanks. Because those are the only thing I throw. I don't really throw urethane, but I do throw the shadow tanks. That Bionics looks like a lot of ball. Well, it's funny because the Bionic, from what my understanding is a step down from the Ion Max. From everything I'm hearing, that Bionic is in the same family as the Ion Max. Now, I'll do my homework before I do the review. But from my general information that I've retained so far, all right, welcome back, Revs. That, you know what, why not just look right now? But yes, from everything that I've read so far, the Bionic is supposed to be a step down ball. Yeah, Revs, like I said, everything that I read so far, the Bionic is supposed to be a step down ball to the Ion Max. Now, I can be very wrong about that, but from everything that I've read so far, that's what I'm getting. Nope, says it right here. An extensive testing, we maintain the integrity of the Ion Max performance DNA and, yep, into a highly dynamic symmetrical. So, wow. Wow. So, this is supposed to be the Ion Max in a symmetrical form. Woo. Hey, don't be surprised, fellas, if I get like 3 or 4 of them. They're Bionic is a step down. Revs. I got a tournament at Cowboy in a couple of weeks. How was the house pattern? Is everybody getting ad breaks? Why would you be getting ad breaks? See, I'm on YouTube platform. I'm not using all the other stuff that I normally use, or like StreamYard and stuff like that. But here's the deal though. I made administrators. So now that I made administrators, I'll use StreamYard now, and I should be able to. So then I got my other moderators now, so we're good with that. It's not to me. Oh yeah, it is. Step down from the Ion Max. Pick up like 10 feet later, and it's smoother. Well, Graham, I don't know if it's going to pick up. I don't know if it's 10 feet later. I mean, the only difference is that they made it a symmetrical as opposed to an asim. But here's the funniest part. The Ion Max don't have a lot of asymmetry to it. It's slow and juggy. Dang, Rev said I got 3 ad breaks now. Okay, I'm in the middle. Okay, in the middle. See, I don't know. I would. That's why I don't really use YouTube like this to do the live. Well, first of all, figuring out how to navigate it was complicated, and then now you're getting asked up. But the only reason why I did it is remember I told you guys on Saturday that I would figure out the moderator situation, and this makes it easy for me to change and do moderators. So now I got so now if only one of you guys because are here, then I got moderators all over the place now. So all right, I'll bring my burn ball. Burn ball is always good. Burn ball is always good. Who called me? Jesus Christ. Spam calls suck. There's just so many. All right, so back on task. Are you guys more excited to see the bionic or the concept? Big dot to 10 is the usual play. Got to remember, Tutal's a right-hander, so the lanes will play a little different for him than it is for you, Revs. So Tutal, um, just remember, Rebs is a lefty, so dry for him may not be dry for you. So Reb said he excited for the bionic and the concept. Well, that concept might come into play at nationals for me, depending on how good it is, because I can't use the shadow tank. So that's a hurt piece. Oliver in the building. What up? Oliver said the concept. Yeah, I mean for real, for real. So I can all the tournaments I bowl local, I can still use your thing. PBA regionals, I believe I can still use it too. I'll have to do my homework just to make sure, which I'm pretty sure I can. So the only thing that I'll need the concept for is USBC Nationals, Masters, US Open. That's if I can qualify. That is, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, they're probably gonna be more dry with more traffic. Yeah, it's a possibility, or it could be more oil in the middle of the lanes. The concept maybe that's a straighter, is greater ball. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Like I said, I should have the review done by Thursday. Any of the Brunswick balls you looking forward to throwing? Is anybody? Let's see what Brunswick got coming. Now I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not gonna throw the Brunswick balls. We got AB and we got Adrian to be able to do those. I mean, we ain't letting nobody throw swag. That I can't even lie, man. That deep impact looks really, really, really interesting. The deep impact by Radical, that looks interesting. I can't even lie. Can't even lie. Anybody wanted that ball? Anybody thinking about getting it? Anybody want to see a review on it? The deep impact by Radical. I mean, Storm's overshadowing everything. Storm seems like it's hitting lately. Storm and Motive are the top two, in my opinion. Y'all hear me say that? In my opinion. I'm just saying for a friend. In my opinion, the top two bowling companies right now is Storm and Motive. And not in any particular order. The concept. Quiet guy said the concept. Man, you guys are a tough crowd. The deep impact getting no love. Hey, that's that 50 Cent movie. Get Rich or Die Trying. Rule number 5. Show no love. Love get you killed. That's how y'all feel about that deep impact, huh? Nobody's just a Radical fan. I think Steve will throw that ball. I think Steve will throw it. I'm pretty sure Steve will be that dude. think Joshua will throw the deep impact too. After that, I'm not sure. Now, I'm interested in seeing the deep impact, but I'm not throwing it. Nope. I mean, no sir, Billy Bob. I'm not gonna throw that. But I'll make sure you guys get the review nevertheless. And then any other big time Brunswick releases, then I'll make sure that you guys again get to see those in entirety. The only things that I'm gonna be throwing as of right now is Storm and Motive. It's a lot of bowling to be doing reviews on everything. So, but the question again is, I'm trying to get a bag together to try to make a run at the Masters. I'm going to do the PBA qualifier to see if I can, if I'm there, my game is there yet. So, again, it should be an interesting thing to see. Sorry, looking around, looking through the house. Um, but with that being said, like I said, I wasn't going to be on all night tonight or long tonight. Only because I still got videos I'm trying to get out for you guys. And I think I got everybody who needed a wrench. I think I got you. And then keep an eye out for everything that we got going on. Make sure you guys hitting the like button, maybe subscribing. Um, dude, this is some cool stuff. But yeah, man, make sure y'all do hit the like button, maybe subscribe. Make sure you guys are participating in playing the game. For all of you that's in the chat right now who are not participating in our weekly game to be the champion of the week, y'all got to get in that, man. Look, even if you don't think your scores are good enough, you just might win. It's facts. You guys just might win. It's facts over feelings. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. Coach, I'm gonna message you later this week about something for nationals. Okay. Yo, hit me up anytime, Too Tall. You can text me, call me, whatever you want to do, bro. I mean, you got my number. Anything you need. All you gotta do is say the word. All you gotta do is say the word. And Graham, you to it. Good night, everybody. I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna post some of these videos on all the social media. Oh, guys, before all of you jump off, I think I'm gonna start doing lives like YouTube and TikTok. I think I'm gonna start doing them both. Let's see if we can't diversify our crowd. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can expand it, but get a different group of people so that we can actually start helping more people. Let's start touching, reaching out and touching people. Like, wow. Ooh, you see that? Start touching people. Thanks, coach. Have a good night, everyone. Yeah, Too Tall. Anything you need, bro. All you gotta do is say the word, man. I'm always available to all of you guys. If you don't have my number, social media, anything, I'll always respond to you. But with that being said, have a great Monday night. Um, everybody, shout out to the Seattle Seahawks for beating the New England Patriots. Um, I wasn't rooting for the Patriots anyway. I just like the color. I'm just saying. Multi-platform is good. That's what I'm talking about, Too Tall. I just got to figure out how to incorporate it all together, and then that's what we're going to be doing. Multi-platforms all at the same time. But with that being said, everybody have a good night. Be safe, and let's keep on growing the sport of bowling. Have a good night, guys.